please. Forward. Forward.
Thank you. You can be seated.
Again, thank everyone for coming. I'd like to thank our city council, Councilman Busby, Councilman Henry, Councilman Phil, and to our mayor who's absent this morning. I'd like to thank everyone who coming, the families who travel far to come here. We're here today to celebrate the promotion of two individuals who made this police department as great as it is now. Trevor Phillips and Dornell Cousette. Two of the greatest men that I have ever came in contact with. When God made good men, they made those two. And so, in my honor here today, as acting chief of police, I am promoting them from Investigator Dornell Cousette to Sergeant Dornell Cousette, to motorman Trevor Phillips to Sergeant Trevor Phillips. Now, we usually, during our promotion, we have people to come up and say something about somebody, about their accomplishment over the years. So I know a lot of people shy. I'm gonna pick on a couple of people to say something, but I shouldn't have to because these guys were great. Me and Chief Rice, we were talking about things that we did among over the years with both individuals. They were both great officers. Trevor, you know, I can remember times when we played basketball together, and we'll go out of town, we'll play in the tournament, and we'll get upset. Trevor, the one that kept us together. There was time we was down about 2 points with a few seconds left in the game, and we upset because we were about to lose. And we arguing among each other. And Trevor came and said, hey, look, we ain't got much time. We got to come up with a game plan. And what happened, we came up with a game plan, and we won. I got many stories about Dornell Cousette. But, you know, one of the things I can tell you about Dornell is that he cared about his community, the youth in this community. And it was an honor to work beside him as well. He loved his family, both loved their family. So I was just honored to be friends, co-worker with these two. And to come here to honor them today as sergeant, you know, it's probably one of my greatest jobs I ever had to do. So at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to someone else who wanna say something about Trevor.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll say something. I spoke to Trevor's nephew about this. Is, you know, if you look at me, I'm not a runner, big shots. But Trevor ran the Mercedes half marathon after working like midnight shift too. Just no training, just ran it. I thought he was an idiot, obviously. Well, then he died, and then we all did it on SRT in the honor, and it was like 19 degrees when I ran it, and I was cussing Trevor the entire way. But that just shows you the dedication and the love he had and the passion he had. And him and I were friends on the SWAT team, and like Chief Sanders said, he's very competitive, but a great guy. And Dornell, I mean, his dedication is unparalleled amongst investigators. He really was one guy that you could give a task to and know it was going to be done right. And the thing about the irony of them getting promoted today was they probably would never have gotten promoted because they were so dedicated and loved their job, what they were doing. We probably would have had to make them take the promotion. So it's kind of ironic that we're doing this in their honor today. Yeah.
And then one of the Chief Clark.
No, one of the biggest things about Trevor and something that I miss is it didn't matter what was going on. He's had that same stupid little goofy smile on his face. It didn't matter if there was a gas station blowing up behind him when we had people laid out in the street. He had that same little goofy grin. And it brought peace and it brought us to ease. It inspired us sometimes when we didn't want to be there doing what we were doing. And he's always one of those guys that just lifted you up just by his mere presence. And he's funny. I mean, he's funny. He makes you laugh. And he was always there working. He worked his butt off. You know, you'd see him sometimes he'd work the midnight shift. He's coming in to do something else. And see him, more than once I'd call him back out there sitting in a car reading his Bible. You know, he was just good through and through. Dornell was one of those where if you had something, I asked him to do a lot of extra details at one point in my career where he was assisting us, and relied on him for that. He never told me no. He stayed extra. He stayed over. I could tell he didn't want to be there because, I don't know, we need to know now how much Dornell did for the kids in this community and the surrounding community, and how much he worked. He didn't have a lot of it, though. He did. Because he served in pure love, and he was good as gold. I cannot think of anything bad about him. Probably the only two people I know that I could not think of a negative thing about. And it was just a tremendous honor. I've been so blessed by getting to work with those guys and know them. They made me a better person, and I think both of them, if you were around them for 2 minutes, they made you better for the rest of your life. So I really want to thank Chief Sanders. I want to thank for what touched his heart to make him realize that, hey, this would be a good way to honor these two guys and just to show their families how much we loved them and how much we miss them too. So thank y'all for being here.
Chief Bailey.
Well, I had, like Chief Rice was talking about, doing the marathon. I remember I had no preparation. I thought Trevor did it, I'll go do it. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I think the balloon lady passed me. But, and one thing about Cousette was, when he come out to teach at the academy, and we always go by last names. I never called him Dornell. I mean, it was D. Cousette. And so when I was going to introduce him, his card said Dornell. And I said, is it Dornell or Dornell? He goes, oh, it don't matter. What do you call it? It matters. It's your name. Tell me, what do you want me to call you? But he was always, he was just always, both of these guys, they were always just in a great mood. I never saw him upset. I don't ever remember him seeing him upset, And because of that, because of our loss, it is our loss. Our community is a little bit weaker for us not having them. These men were heroes. And they were good friends, and I will forever miss them. And I thank y'all for being here and for their service to this community.
Anyone else? Major Rusty, you're not getting off so easy, so.
Well, I can tell you this, working in CID, Dornell worked over in juvenile, and I never saw anybody work any harder than that guy. Never in my life. I mean, he worked. It's like Chief said, you give him a task, and he's not just going to do the task. He's going to do the task that somebody who was getting paid millions of dollars to do the task because he had so much pride. And that's what we miss. We miss him most of all, just being him, but we miss the hard work and dedication and the example that he set for this police department. And Trevor, I just have to echo what they say. I worked in motors for a little bit of time with Trevor before I got promoted. And man, he was so much fun to be around. It's just so much fun to ride with and just hang out in the office with. Just a jokester, always laughing about something, always, a lot of times he'd be laughing at something you had no idea what he was laughing about. And he'd tell you, okay, I get it now. Everything was not funny, but everything had a lighter side to it. It wasn't always so serious. It was just, the family is who lost their loved ones. But, we lost the hardest working people that we had at the police department. No, I appreciate y'all's sacrifice, allowing us to have a little bit of time with them and being around them.
Anyone else?
I got something. I worked with Cousette for just about his entire career. And it was my pleasure. It was he made my job so much easier. And we would pick at each other in there. We had a special group with Cousette and Jones and Webb and everybody else that came through juvenile, whether it was Corey or Rabbit or whoever it was. We would pick at each other all the time. He was by far the hardest working guy I've ever known. But something I want his daughters to know specifically is every single day he talked about y'all. Every single day. Every single day. And with his love for y'all, he had that same love for the guys and the ladies in juvenile division and with the community as well. I cannot tell you the number of people that have approached me after his death and said, I don't know what we're going to do without Cousette. Whether it was Tuscaloosa One Place, people at the juvenile court, or whoever it may be, the city school system, whoever. So he touched us, and I knew a lot of what he did. His file is filled with awards. Filled with awards. And I didn't know half of what he did, apparently, from the people that came up to me after his death. It is insane how much he did for our community. And his impact is greatly, greatly missed. And Chief Rice is 100% true. I have no doubt Trevor, and definitely, I told my wife this morning, I said, yeah, they're doing this thing at headquarters to honor Cousette and Trevor. You know, I'm really happy. I think it's going to be great for them, but Cousette never would have took it. Period. Burnout is a real thing. And there's no doubt in my mind, and there's been talk about, you know, units not having a five-year rule and this, that, and other. And my argument on that was always Cousette. Cousette never burned out. David Jones never burned out. Neither one of them two guys ever burned out. They straight up did the job every day, and particularly with Cousette, I wanted his girls to know he talked about you every day. Every single day, you were on his mind. And I love him like a brother. And I know you guys miss him every day, and so do we.
Anyone else? So at this time, we are going to present the families with Trevor Phillips family.
This is appreciation from us to Trevor Phillips family. This is all the badges and medals as of this day, May 1st, 2026. Acting Chief of Police, Stephen Sanders, presents the family, Sergeant Trevor Phillips. We also have a plaque and one of our challenge points as well. So to Dornell Cousette family, this is an honor and privilege to sit here before you. Like Sergeant Chase said, he talked about you and your sister a lot. So after today, May 1st, 2026, I, Acting Chief Stephen Sanders, promote Dornell Cousette from Investigator Dornell Cousette to Sergeant Dornell Cousette. Also, we have a plaque and a challenge as well. Thank you.
So this is going to conclude our program, but I do like to thank again our city council. Do y'all want to say something? Okay. They're a little shy today. Usually they be talking, so.
You have to listen to enough of us.
Right. But I appreciate y'all coming out. Also, I'd like to thank the Fraternal Order of Police Law number 10 for coming today and help celebrate this wonderful event. So thank y'all for coming. Also juvenile division, the motor division for representing y'all guys that was in y'all division, and to the city of Tuscaloosa and this community. It shows the strength that we have here. I always say where you see a good community, you have a great police department. If you look around today, this is who you see, this is family. And we work hard to make sure this city is safe. So again, thank you for coming. We do have refreshments in the back, and y'all freely can join and come see the family and shake their hand and show them their appreciation for their family members. So thank you.